Why is there a mass exodus of PTs leaving this industry? And when I say PTs, I know there's a lot of people on this call that are not in the physical therapy world, but let's just use that as a ubiquitous term. It could mean mental health, it could be pediatrics, it could be any other chiropractic. I mean, there are people leaving those professions. Why is that?
Oh man, it like breaks my heart. And there's like this part of me, if I'm being really honest, like there's this side of me that's like, yeah, it's because I can't blame them because they're coming in with all the student loan debt and they're coming into a job where we're doing the best that we can, but honestly, we're not managing them well. We're barely surviving as owners. So how can we expect that we're going to bring on a physical therapy graduate and be able to help them progress when we don't know how to progress ourselves? There's that. And then I also think, Jamey, that this next generation just doesn't have the work ethic that the previous generations did. I honestly blame them a little bit for a lack of passion. But I will tell you that like the thing that makes me angry is that you get onto these Facebook groups, and there's large Facebook groups where they get together and they're looking for help and they're getting answers from people who are leaving, the people who either don't have the right fit for a job or they themselves are just like a bad fit for the industry and they're burning their way out of the industry. They're on Facebook blasting it saying, this profession sucks. We don't help anybody. It's not worth it for the money. Me. And then people are like, oh, maybe I shouldn't do that. So there's a lot of good people, I think, that would do really well in our profession who would work with an owner to figure it out if they could just not be exposed to this like almost anti-physical therapy rhetoric that's existing with these Facebook groups that are out there.
Jason, what are your thoughts?
I don't think it's exclusively about money, no, because there are a lot of therapists that are after work-life balance more than a paycheck. And ultimately, at the end of the day, what they want is to have as much time off as they would like to have, even if that means working less. Here's an example. 15 years ago, if we were interviewing a therapist and that therapist said, I'd like to work at your company and I'd like to work 31.75 hours a week, I would have said, thanks for the conversation. That's not consistent with what we're looking for. Best of luck to you. Today, if that person wants to work 31.75 hours a week, we're hiring them and we're structuring the arrangement so that they work 31.75 hours a week and not a tenth of an hour more. Because if they work a tenth of an hour more, now they're unhappy.